For problem 2A, you are asked to sketch a well-labeled energy profile that graphs the change of potential energy that occurs during this reaction. The reaction is hydrogen gas and oxygen gas to form water. The first thing that you need to do in order to draw this energy profile is to decide whether or not this reaction is losing or gaining potential energy. And that is something that we can tell by looking at the delta H value. Our delta H value is negative. That tells us that potential energy is decreasing. It's an exothermic reaction, meaning it is going to lose potential energy, which is then converted into heat and released out into the environment. So because of that, we know that the shape of this graph must look like this. So that's the first step, drawing the proper graph shape. After this, we need to label our graph lines. First thing we want to label is our reactants. Our reactants go on this line at the top here. Because the reactants start at a higher potential energy, and then they drop down to something lower. And our lower would be our water. Then the last thing you're going to want to put on here is your delta H value. And that needs to go next to the diagonal line because we're looking at the change in potential energy from the top to the bottom. That's what this delta H value is telling us. And there's our graph.